Hello, wonderful knitters. It's me again, Molly May from Ponder and Ply. I remembered to introduce myself this time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You may be wondering why I look exactly the same, and the setup is exactly the same as last week's video. That's because I'm recording them both in the same day. This comes back to that New Year's resolution of being more consistent, and if I've got time and I'm in the mood, I'm pre-recording content for you because that suits me better. I'm a very all or nothing person, so whilst I'm working on changing that to have a bit more moderation, I'm going to use it to my benefit. Today I'm in the mood to get shit done, so here I am, getting shit done. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it to get the full details about what I'm wearing, but very quickly, this is the home sweater. It is a V-neck sweater by Kadri. It's the third one that I've made and I love it. Well, I love the pattern, I love the yarn. Oh, I didn't mention in my last video, this is made in Drops Air, which is one of my favourites at the moment. It's just so soft and squidgy and warm. I really like it tucked in, but the length of it and the fit that I've achieved in my size, this is not on the pattern, this is my personal preference, I think is not super flattering on me. So I'm working out ways I can wear it, and ultimately I might just crop it and do some really fitted ribbing. But for now I'm just tucking it into a belt. If I lean back, oh Jesus, my abs. Back at the gym and it's killing me, I'm just so sore. So yeah, that is this. There's a lovely big van reversing somewhere outside because all I can hear is beep, beep, beep. So I'm sorry if you can hear that, but I'm going to carry on because I have no idea how long it's going to be reversing for. So, as I mentioned last week, this week's video, as I mentioned half an hour ago, previous Molly, but last week for you guys, this is all about the things I want to finish this winter. Now, usually these seasonal videos, I will do a mood board and talk to you about my ideas for style and where that's all come from. Because we're midway through winter, I'm just going to talk to you a bit about what I want to make, why I want to make it, and what I'm going to use to make it. And then from spring, we'll do the full deal. So I have divided what I'm making for the rest of winter into 3 categories. Category number 1 are like the proper winter whips, like the things I want to make for winter. Category, I'm looking at my board, it's right in front of me. Category number 2 are like bonus things, like if I have time I would love to make this, but they're not top of my priority list. And number 3 are things I have to make, so either a test that I've committed to or one of my own designs that I need to get finished. So we'll start with category 1. You have seen the design before because I spoke about this in my autumn mix video and I haven't got around to making it yet. So number 1 is the blank sweater by Kim Hargreaves. It would help if I had the yarn to show you. Let me go get it. I now have a dog growling and howling. Channel your inner peace. There are vans reversing and making noise outside, my neighbours are making noise, and now my dog is barking. I'm trying to be productive and the world is against me. No, it's just shit happens, right? So number 1 is the blank sweater. I've spoken about this before, I'll pop in a picture if I haven't already. I bought the yarn recommended in the pattern, which is Rowan Alpaca Classic. I actually don't often do that, I usually use a substitute yarn, but I really wanted to try this. It is a bit pricey, so I'm hoping it's worth it. It is a blend of alpaca and cotton. I've gone for, I think the colour's called Eclipse. It's beautiful, dark, really rich. Yeah, that's quite accurate. Maybe a tad darker than it looks on camera. Oh, fucking bin men. Jesus. I hope that's not too disturbing for you because it's fucking disturbing for me. Right, so number 1, the blank sweater by Kim Hargreaves. In this, I think I'm going to cast this on as soon as I finish my partner pullover, which should be in the next couple of days. This is one of those ones I just think I'll get a lot of wear out of because I work from home and the dog walking. I am a bit concerned after having finished this that I won't love it because it is positive ease, but it is a different shape, so I'm hoping that I will love it, but we shall see. I think I'll have to try it on loads and maybe, I don't know if this has worked, has any of you tried this before? If you have something that's oversized but you still tailor it to go in and out, like not all the way into your waist, but really subtle decreasing around the waist to still give you like gently that shape. Now I say that, I think that's what I'm going to try, and I'll just keep trying it on. Like, like there's quite a big difference between my bust and my waist. Oh, the bloody fan. I'm sorry if that's really loud. There's quite a big difference between my bust and my waist. So I'm thinking if I maintain the level of ease, so I don't know, remove a couple of inches, because usually it's like a couple of extra inches positive ease on my waist compared to how it is on my bust, that might, or like between two sizes, like grade down to one size and then back out again for my hips, it might give some subtle shaping that's like just subtle and flattering. So we'll see. Anyway, Winter Whips number 1, the blank sweater by Kim Hargreaves. Number 2 is also a sweater. It is one I mentioned in my last video. It's the Semper Sweater, but I think it's by the Knit Pearl Girl, if I'm not mistaken. I will pop in a picture. I bought the yarn that is paired in my partner pullover, this yarn right here that I'm not going to try and pronounce again and embarrass myself. I'll just show you. Hopefully that's not backwards for you. If it is, use a mirror. In this beautiful caramel colour. I did buy this to make the Semper Sweater, which I think I've seen so many raglan jumpers. I want a really basic, nicely fitted raglan jumper, and all of them just have really big gapey necks. I just don't like them. Sorry, but I don't. This one looks really fitted around the neck, which is my style. Love it very much. So I'm going to try and get the same feel. I can do it in this colour, which again is quite similar to my hair colour, but I think it could look good with a pair of dark jeans, a bit more casual, or like a little fitted pencil skirt. Anyway, really excited for this. I might need to order more of this yarn because I ordered 10 balls for the jumper and I've used 4 in my partner pullover. So I'll just use up the 6 and then see how I go. It's a sort of commercially produced yarn. I'm hoping that shouldn't be an issue with the colour. Number 3 is the Manhattan hat by Tori U, I think, Tori U Knits. Everyone's making this. I've seen so many versions of it. I originally saw it on Katie Jacks, who I love, and I just want to make everything that they make. Let me show you the yarn. Look at this. It's Drops Air. I've got a big stash of this now. I bought a lot of it over Christmas. And I'm hoping that 2 skeins of this is enough. Otherwise, again, I might need to get some more. But I am going to make the large size because I like a really big oversized hat in this beautiful lilac colour. I'm very excited. I have done the tubular cast on, but it looks a bit tight and wonky. So I think I'm going to rip it out and start again. But this will be definitely, she says, an FO by the end of the month. I'm really excited for that, but I need to start finishing hats soon because otherwise I won't get wear out of them until the end of the year. Oh, excuse me. My breakfast is repeating on me. Lovely scrambled eggs, but yeah, you don't need to know that. Number 4 is also a hat pattern. It's the Robin Beanie by Sari Norderland. You've definitely seen this. She's done a beautiful hot pink version, which I love. But everywhere I go at the moment, everyone's wearing a hot pink hat. Might I add, I've had a bubblegum pink hat for a couple of years now, and people told me I was crazy. Just saying. But her design is beautiful. I love the way that she quite often will do her hats from the top down, and although it's quite fiddly at the beginning, which I don't love from a knitting aspect, it's really good because you can use as much yarn as you have and then cast off. So it seems to be the perfect pattern for the yarn I picked up at Zakami, I'm going to try again, Toji or Tohi if it's not English pronunciation. But anyway, this beautiful, beautiful DK yarn. I'm going to start at the top, and looking at the yardage recommendations, this is a bit short for the large version, which I would love to make, because I like my hats a bit oversized. I think too tight, I think it's really unflattering. So what I might do is, because the brim is triple folded, I might find some scrap DK somewhere and do some of the middle, like the middle of the fold that will only be visible from the inside in a different colour, so that I can really use this all up. But I'm going to see how far I get with this and then take it from there. But yeah, I'm basically going to use the whole skein to make that hat. Again, would love to have that cast on and finished this month, because soon it won't be. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I don't think we'll be able to need to wear hats for that much longer. And number 5, which would be ideal but is sort of bottom of that would love to do this winter list, is the Arched Gusset Mittens by Pearl Soho. I saw High Fibre Knits had made these, and then I looked them up and I just really like the shape of them. The only thing I don't like, and I think she said the same, is they don't have a ribbed cuff. So I am thinking about doing a double folded ribbed cuff and then following the pattern as written. I bought this yarn right here to make with my partner pullover, but it looked completely different in person to how I thought it looked on the site, and the two colours actually looked really horrid together. This is actually a pinky grey and I thought it was like a warm brown, so I was quite a bit off. Let me show you. Yeah. So it's not a colour I would wear. Well, actually it doesn't look too bad, but it's not necessarily a colour I'd wear close to my skin. I want to use this to make mittens. I've got a couple of skeins of this, so I might make other accessories in the future. But actually my nan recently gifted me a faux fur coat that she bought and doesn't wear, and it's very glamorous, and it's like a really warm beige colour, so I think these mitts would look really cute with it. So when I do make them, I'll obviously take pictures of it, but I think it could be quite glamorous. It's also incredibly soft. It's Juniper Moon Farm Harriet. It's pure extra fine baby alpaca, so it just feels like a cloud. And I would love to use this. I was going to send it back because it just wasn't the colour, but now I missed the deadline, so I thought that would be a great project. Okay, so those are the top 5. Then the ones that if I have time I would love to make but probably won't have time. Number 1, the Saturday Shrug by Katie Jackson Knits. It's a free pattern. I just love the look of this. I will 100% make it at some point, but it's bulky weight and I have quite a bit of drops air that I would love to use for it, but that is more like worsted. So I could hold it double with something, or I guess I could alter the gauge of the pattern and just add more stitches. Oh my goodness, the fucking recycling van now. I'm so sorry. Reminder to myself to not record at this time in the future. I'm just getting ahead of myself. 2 videos in one day, the universe is like, no. But hopefully you can still hear me and it's not too distracting. Yes, so Katie Jackson Knits Saturday Shrug, definitely will be making it at some point, but let's see if I actually have time and what my stash looks like, because I don't want to buy yarn for it right now, obviously, because I've been a bad girl and didn't succeed at my net negative this month and want to for February. Number 2 is the warm-up sweater, which again is a free pattern from Espace Tricot. This looks great. I've got some really gorgeous drops air. Actually, I should probably show you that. Let me grab it. So I have a I have a sweater's quantity, or at least from the recommended yardage, in 2 colours, and I think if I love the pattern I'll make it with both, but I haven't decided which I'm going to start with. They're both drops air. This is like a beautiful pistachio green, and this is like a proper like bluebell blue. I love this blue. There's just something about it, but I feel like I'd get a lot of wear out of this. But then part of me is like, does it wash me out? Pistachio green is very in at the moment, but I don't know if I'm too pale to wear it. But then I like green with my hair. I don't know what you think. What do you think? Do you think that suits me, or do you think I'm better off doing blue? I would love your opinion. Green or blue? So yes, that is the warm-up sweater by Espace Tricot. And then, let me, oh no, that's the wrong yarn. Okay, and then the last, if I have time, which is very unlikely to happen, is the Diagon Alley jumper by Fable Knitwear, and that is in the other yarn I got from Zakami, which is Soil, which you would have seen in my last video. Let's have a quick look. So beautiful. I think that would be really, really cute in that. I haven't 100% committed to that yet, but I do think it would look cute together. And then the last category. First of all, I want to make my next pattern. I'm not going to talk too much about this yet. I spoke a bit about it in my last video. It is an accessory pattern, not dissimilar to my Betty harness, but yet quite dissimilar at the same time. I want to finish my partner pullover, which you guys saw in the last video, but let me just show you quickly. Yep, this one right here, which is a test knit that is due this month. I will finish it in the next couple of days. I've literally got a couple of inches of ribbing left on the neck, and then I am done. And then lastly is the Azalea Cardigan by Joan. Yeah, my deadline's really soon and I haven't done enough of it, so I really need to get my arse moving on that one. So I'm hoping to have finished that this month too, otherwise I let her down and I really don't want to do that. So those are my priorities for winter. What are you making for the rest of winter if it's still cold where you are? I mean, we're at the beginning of February. I think we've still got some cold, brisk winds to deal with. What do you think about what I have suggested making? As I said, all of them use stash yarn, so that's great. That's a win that will help, apart from ones that I might run out of yarn on, and then, well, just gonna have to see what happens. That was really fast. But those are my plans for the winter. Like I said, let me know what you think. What one should I be making first? Are there any of those patterns that you want to make too? Any other patterns that I should know about? And other than that, have a wonderful week. I shall see you here next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but we shall see. It will be a surprise. If you enjoyed this video, or if you think that you have any feedback, you think it would be cool if I did it a different way, or you'd like to see anything else, comment. Please let me know. Like, subscribe, show your appreciation. I really, really appreciate you. Likewise, if you know anyone that you think would enjoy the podcast, please let them know and send them my way, because I would love to make our community bigger over here. Anyway, lots of love. Have a wonderful week, and I shall see you soon. Happy knitting!